Setting up the Fanatec Advanced Paddle module can be a little bit tricky, particularly when the instructions are not particularly clear. Today, we're keeping it simple, we're going to demystify it. Let's go.
Here we are in iRacing, and we're going to demonstrate the advanced paddle module from Fanatec. Now, what you'll notice, if you have a Formula 2 wheel, you're going to have an encoder in the middle here, and you're going to have A, B, C, and D. Now, if I just knock this from side to side, you'll see that A is clutch bite point, B is for clutch and handbrake, C is for brake and throttle, D is for mappable analog axis. So we're going to want to go ahead and select A.
If you don't have an encoder on your wheel, do not worry. All you have to do is head into Fanlab, head to the tuning menu at the top, and then you'll see the settings for your analog clutch paddles. All you need to do is select the clutch bite point listed here, and then head back into your favorite simulator.
Now, if you look at the Fanatec instruction manual, there are two ways to do this. Now, they describe a simple method and an advanced method. Now, I'm going to talk through the simple method. I'm going to preface this with, I think the advanced method is best, but if you are short of time and in a pinch, the simple method will function just fine. Now, what you'll notice is we're going to have, we'll call this one paddle left, paddle right, okay, and if we pull both back, you'll notice that the central number here is 100. If I release that, it goes down. Depress both again, release just one, it stays at 100. Now, if I gradually decrease this, this is my clutch bite point. And as you can see, as I depress, paddle on the left, it goes right back down to 0. Now, what you can do is you're going to want to find the point at which your clutch bites. So press both paddles back, and I'm going to apply full throttle. Full throttle is nicely applied. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to release my right paddle. Still on 100. Now I'm going to gently release the left paddle. And we've just started moving there at about 70. So we'll call that's our bite point. So now we've kind of roughly mapped our bite point. We can depress both paddles. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to gently let go of the right hand paddle. Then I'm going to gently let go of the left hand paddle until I can gauge, right, that's 70. So I'm holding the left paddle in position. I'm then going to fully press the right paddle. Now I'm ready for takeoff. So I'm holding 70 with my left paddle. Full throttle. Release. Bang. That's the bite point. Then gently release the left paddle, and away we go. And then we can gear up and away we drive. Not the smoothest start, but you get the idea. Now, the problem with that is that, particularly when you're doing this just by hand on the left here, you've got to hold that exactly right with your finger. Which means if you shift a little bit more, if you press a little bit more, you're going to give a little bit more bite point, and if you release a little bit more, you're going to decrease the bite point. In a pinch, if you're moving between cars and you don't have time to set things, that's a good thing. But let's talk about the advanced method. Now, what you can do is you can set the bite point using this. So if I press both, you can see it's at 100. I'm going to release the right paddle. Done. I'm going to take my funky switch and I'm going to knock it up. That's going to make sure I'm in the mode to set this. I can now rotate. So as you can see, I can see my bite point. All right. So what we can do again is we can press the throttle fully and then gently decrease this until the car starts moving. Now this is just going to give us a rough guide as to when the car's starting to move. So it started to move around 80. Okay. So we've set this to 80. Release the left paddle. That's now saved. Example. If I press both in, it's now set to 80. That's my bite point. So, if I want to try this, depress both paddles, full throttle, release the right paddle. It's got to a sort of bite point, and I'm going to gently release the left in order to control my throttle and acceleration. Now, what you're going to need to do is with each car, I would keep a little diary as to what kind of bite points you've set for each car, so you don't have to do this every time, but you're going to want to do this in a practice session. Now, I was messing around on this before, so I know what the bite point is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to depress both, release the right one, knock the funky switch up, and now I'm ready to tweak it. So we had this set to 60 before, which was working pretty nicely. So I'm going to release that. Now, let's just say we're ready to start. Press both paddles at the same time. It's locked to 60, full throttle, release the right paddle, good takeoff, and then gently release the left paddle, and away we go, and then we're ready to shift accordingly. We're in the wrong gear there, but you get the idea. What you don't want to do is this. So this is an example of what you don't want to happen. So at the lower threshold of bite point, let's just say put this car into gear 1, right? Depress this completely, let go of the right paddle, knock the funky switch up, rotate it down. Let's just put this into 0, so the bite point isn't set at all. It's going to immediately grab the clutch as soon as I release this right paddle. Now, watch carefully, and you're going to watch the wheels skid. This is what you don't want to happen. Completely press the paddles, full throttle, release, complete wheel skid. Okay, so you've got no control there. If you're getting wheel skid, you want to increase your bite point. If your takeoff isn't quite as succinct as you would like, you want to decrease that number on your bite point, and then you want to find a sweet spot that you're happy with for your takeoffs. That's it.
Hopefully that's cleared things up a little bit. If you liked this or found it useful, please hit the like button, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I will see you very, very soon. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.